Welcome to the What's Your Ceiling podcast. We're your hosts, Monty Wyatt and Paul Szynski. Wherever you are in life, there is a higher ceiling. This podcast is how you become aware of it and how to take action to push through it. It's time to discover your ceiling.
Welcome to the What's Your Ceiling podcast, where we talk about your health, your family, your business. I'm Monty Wyatt.
I'm Paul Szynski.
And today we are joined by a great friend of ours, Jeffrey Gitomer. Thank you for joining us.
Hola.
And we're going to talk about technology today. We're going to talk about ways things that are blowing your mind today that are going on with technology.
Yep.
And so I'm excited to learn myself. I'm excited to hear what others have been doing. And so I want to just ask the question to get Paul and Jeffrey started of when you hear the word AI, what comes to mind for you, Jeffrey?
First of all, some of the people don't even know what AI is. It's artificial intelligence, and it's computer-generated information from a database. People dump their stuff into a database, and then it gives you answers. So the one that everyone knows about is ChatGPT. And if you ask it to do something like make me a tweet, or write me a letter, or even make me a proposal, it'll come back to you. But it's not an answer, it's a tool. And so you get the answer from them, and then you customize it for you. You personalize it so that it becomes your message. Then you can send it out. Until then, if you just let them regurgitate and then send it out, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Because someone else is going to do the exact same thing. So it has to be modified to what you need at this moment in time. And the list of responses is endless. You've used it, haven't you?
Yes, absolutely. I think you couldn't have put it in a better way. It's a tool. Whether you're going to, I use it for an ad, I use it for contracts. It's a tool. It's a great way to put it.
Right. But some people think it's an answer. It is not an answer.
No.
It's a sales tool, it's a business tool, it's an administration tool or administrative tool, and it's something that people can use to buy back some of their time and reduce some of their admin costs. That's basically how it's used at this moment in time. And people are trying to write a book with it, and they're trying to, they're all content, but it's going to be shitty. It's not going to be what you're hoping that it will be. Am I allowed to curse?
You are allowed to curse, yes.
I just did. and you have to put it in perspective of what are the limitations. Well, what people don't understand, there's already 1,500 artificial intelligence programs and platforms, 1,500. They'll do voice, they'll do videos, they'll do everything. There's going to be 10,000 in the next 2 years. So if you want to know what's happening, I don't do Twitter. That was an idiot who said that. If you don't do AI, you're going to be a moron, a broke moron.
Yeah, you're going to get left behind. I think it's going to be an unbelievable tool.
Right. Listen, we're in Iowa right now. They already know about it. So when you're already out to the Midwest, when you're already in the heartland of America, and they're using it on a regular basis, get involved now or lose to someone who is. The cost reductions are going to be incredible. But let's take it to the next level.
Let's step back for 1 second.
Sure.
For our achievers out there that haven't gotten into this yet, what's the first step they should take?
Register for ChatGPT and pay them whatever pittance they want and start. Just ask it to make a tweet for you about genders. It seems to be a topic. But I think that you have to recognize that in order to really understand it, you got to use it. I mean, is it hard to use?
No, it's simple.
Are you a tech person?
I'm not a tech person.
But how many times have you used it?
I've probably used it 7 or 8 times so far.
Okay, so understand anyone can use it. Anyone can request anything they want from it. I've asked it for information, and some of it is really good. Some of it I laugh at.
Yeah.
Like I literally, and then I ask it for information about myself, and it pops up stuff. And people send me, hey, I did ChatGPT on you, and here's what I found out. But you can't ask it for anything emotional because it doesn't understand emotion. You can't ask it for anything funny because it doesn't understand funny. So you have to be able to understand what its limitations are. Where are the boundaries of this program? And the answer is you have to insert yourself. So when I saw AI, I said, oh, if I take my books and I put them all into an AI hopper, and then I take all my videos and I put them in, and there's hundreds of them, and I put them into an AI hopper, and then I take my courses and I put them into an AI hopper, I can have any salesperson in the world ask me any question, any time of the day or night, and get an answer in about 3 seconds in any language.
From you.
Yeah, from me, with emotion. Mm-hmm. Now, let's look at it. Let's take it one step deeper. I can get it in text, I can get it in audio, or I can get it in video. My avatar will be up in about, ugly as it might be, it'll be up in about another week. And what it will be is me going into your sales meeting room and giving a lecture on anything you want, because all my stuff is right there. Jeffrey, tell me about networking. Boom. Jeffrey, tell me about asking questions. Boom. Jeffrey, tell me, and I'll be pontificating in somebody's room. They'll be paying me money. And I'll be on the beach in Wild Dunes, South Carolina, on the porch, checking out the wind chill factor.
I bet you will.
Yeah, and the other day it was 82, and with the wind chill factor made it 81. And so you have to, how do you monetize it? That's the question, which goes way beyond how do you use it. So my monetization of AI will take place in about a week, because they can do it quick. All these people are just chomping at the bit to do what's next, to take my voice. Like, I gave the developers the Little Red Book of Selling audio that I did about 10 years ago. And that's the voice they're going to use of mine. In 2008, I was elected into the Hall of Fame of speakers, and that's the image that they're going to use of mine to create my avatar. I mean, just think about what's possible. Jen and I just went to what this company did. They did a musical production of ABBA, and in a theater that they constructed just for this event. So the ABBA Theater, basically in London, in Pudding Lane or something, where they sell hot dogs for $12 a pop. You go into this theater where you pay $200 a seat, and you see ABBA in their 1975 version, and you swear to God, it's exactly them. It's frightening. And when they come out and they're singing SOS or, Fandango, it's unbelievable. They're singing Mamma Mia, they're singing the whole movie, they're singing all their hit songs, and everybody in that audience is convinced that it's exactly like them. And they're 80 at the moment. They're billionaires, but they're 80. You can't turn that clock back, but you can. And just think about, okay, so they're the first ones to do it. Do you think the Beatles aren't looking at this? You think the Rolling Stones aren't looking at this? You think Kiss is not looking at this? You think even people that are contemporary, that that I know for a fact Billie Eilish is going to be doing it. I know for a fact that Taylor Swift is going to be doing it. And I know for a fact that Kiss is going to be doing it. They're alive. Lady Gaga is going to be doing it. So you're going to witness, you can have your own concert in your living room. And the bigger the screen, do you think screens are big now? You just wait. You're going to have them on whole walls, and these guys are going to just come at you. And that's the future. When we went to this ABBA concert, I said to my wife, this is what's now. You just witnessed an event, a happening. That we went to this event to get there a little early so we could, get there, to make sure we had the right place and all that kind of stuff. So we arrived like an hour early. There was already 1,000 people there. There was already 1,000 people in a 2,000-seat hall, eating hot dogs, drinking, looking like ABBA. They had their bell-bottom pants on, and it was a happening.
Well, looking at this, right, Jeffrey, you've got a whole different element, whole different angle coming into creative space now. What's it going to do with the artists? What's it going to do with the musicians out there?
Let me tell you what it's really going to do. It's going to allow Mike Tyson to fight Muhammad Ali.
Right.
and you won't be able to tell if it's real or not.
That's a little scary too.
Oh, it's real. You know what they're having to do? They're having to take the winner of the fight and put it with Price Waterhouse, like they do with the Academy Awards, because you can't know the outcome if you're going to gamble on it. I mean, the ramifications of that are deep.
Okay, let's talk about this. In business,
Yeah.
okay, say for instance, you have a state, they know the laws. What's it gonna do to the attorneys out there if you can go to your big screen, ask it, or your computer and say, hey, I want a contract by the state of Iowa laws?
You're going to have an attorney to review it. You're not going to take it. You're not going to take a chance.
So we're gonna take it condensed?
Yeah, you'll pay less money to the attorney,
Yeah, you don't have the research.
but they're fine.
Right. So they get their, instead of spending 6 hours, they're spending an hour to review it.
Exactly. Isn't that cool?
That's cool.
For a business person, it's amazing. Now you'll still have conferences with your attorney. You'll still ask them for legal advice. Do not ask your attorney for business advice. They're attorneys, arguably the worst business people on the planet. But the bottom line is that advice is still there, and you're still going to need it. You're going to need the human element in this forever. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt. Is ChatGPT going to take my job? Let me tell you what. If you suck, yeah, it's going to take your job. Right. If you're lazy, yeah, it's going to take your job. If you're stupid, yeah, it's going to take your job. So you're going to eliminate a lot of idiots and morons. But that's part of how society grows. There's a bloodletting all the time. And ChatGPT is going to exacerbate it. That I can promise you. And not just that, artificial intelligence is going to take a lot of administrative stuff and put it by the wayside.
Yes, I agree. I'm in the real estate business, and it's already, I've seen the benefits of what little I've done so far. And I think it's going to be great.
But the way you describe it is perfect. It's the benefit. It's not, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Are they going to take over the world? Those people they're the same people that said the sky is falling. We're going to be fine. It's not going to end society. It's not going to, take those people and just shove them off the edge of the earth. And, it did. It was the end of the world for you. Out.
Well, what I think it's going to do is what it took you to take maybe 6 months, a year to get done, you're actually going to do it within weeks or days.
Days.
And that's what I find it's
However,
unbelievable.
I spent 25 years putting that content together. It's just not going to, you have to be qualified to play in the AI field. And there's not a lot of people that are that qualified.
Correct. But now we got to watch the imposters.
Yeah, they'll be there.
That's going to be a
listen, exactly. There's going to be shit no matter what.
Yeah.
Someone's going to, they're going to have the smartest people in the world, and then there's, from different countries, they're going to try to cheat and duplicate and do with it. But so what? So what?
Yeah, I agree. You get out there, take it.
It's not going to deter me. Someone's going to rip you off. Please, just make it crappy so people can see what the real thing is. I'm fine with that. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm more afraid of not being first on the list. Like, I'm going to launch and I'm going to be ahead of every competitor I have, so that I'll be setting the standard and other people will be following the example. Big.
Now Jeffrey, currently you've been collaborating with some other people for quite a while now.
Yes.
And you're getting ready to launch. Can you talk a little bit about what you're getting ready to launch out there, or not? You tell me.
There will be affiliates. And the affiliates will all join in the same platform. Once the software is done for me, which is a pretty big investment, then other people can glom onto the same software.
So what you do, license it then at that point? Or
yeah, I don't. It's out of my hands. Right. I'm going to bring them contacts, and they're going to figure it out. I'm a Jew with a Macintosh. That's how I define that's my technology level.
Okay, you're a product.
Yeah. Okay. It took me 5 years to get rid of AOL. It's pretty interesting, though. They lost 16 million customers in a 5-year period of time for two reasons. AOL did. Lousy service, low technology. All of a sudden, everybody else had better technology, and they lost because they decided not to keep up. Kind of like the BlackBerry.
Yeah.
If you have a BlackBerry right now, I guarantee it's either in a drawer or you use it as a paperweight. Because they're worthless. And so if you don't, like, I'm looking at this from a technology standpoint, I'm going to be ahead of that curve, and I'm going to have a team of other people that are way smarter than me making it happen. Because they look at my content and go, this guy's got his shit together. We're going to deal with this guy. Boom. So I've spent 25 years laboring, having no idea that AI was even a thing. And all of a sudden it shows up and I'm going, whoa, look at this, look what I got. And it's just a natural progression of things. But no one said, if you write for 20 years, you wait till artificial intelligence comes along, you're gonna blow it out of the water. No, I didn't. I just did the best I could. And there's a lot of people out there like me that did the best they could. And they will reap the benefit of artificial intelligence if they have the understanding to move forward. I'm gonna bring a lot of friends with me, I can tell you that.
You know, what a cool time.
It's an amazing time.
I think it is too. And it gets back to what you said, the people that are intelligent enough to get out there and hustle and pick this technology up.
Yep.
It could, actually, in a way, could be one of the greatest times ever in the history of
Oh, totally. If Monty Wyatt has a cache of intellectual expressions from his coaching business, and somebody can access that in a heartbeat and get an answer, they can now take this anywhere in the world. And he's not going to need a lot. I mean, this can be done, according to my people, in days, not weeks. Mm-hmm. Anybody can get their two-dimensional stuff on AI in days. Three-dimensional with an avatar, it takes a few more weeks. But it can be done.
Days and weeks. That just blows me away.
And I know. And I'm going to see mine tomorrow. I'm hoping I can launch it in front of the whole audience tomorrow, but we'll see. I'm relaxed about it, kind of.
Well, you've been working on it for a while, so this is
I built the friendship with the founder of the company, and we believe in each other. I believe in his product, and he believes in my content, and those are the things that's what bonds the relationship, and we've become friends. So if you have a friendship and a business relationship, you can totally win because the friendship breeds the truth. I'm not going to lie to somebody about what I have or what I do and risk ruining the friendship. That's not going to happen. But I am going to be truthful to a fault where they'll know what the good parts are and what the bad parts are. Mm-hmm. And we have the websites in place now, and we have the content in place now. I mean, it's pretty robust. Cool.
That is cool. I mean, this is something, Monty, that I've read about and I've been involved with the Chat GPT, which I found to be great. But you're actually taking it even to another level.
I'm taking it where you're going to pay them to play with their website. I'm going to get people to pay me to play with mine. Yeah. Ooh, I'm the payee. And you will be the payors, and welcome. I'll get you a discount. But it's not going to be expensive. You'll be able to subscribe to my service for probably $20 or $30 a month. But think about that, $20 or $30 a month times 10,000 subscribers, times 25,000 subscribers, and now it's money.
Yes.
And it's money.
In all those years you've worked.
Listen.
Capitalize on it.
Right, I deserve. Well, it's not like I made no money there. Wasn't a starving artist during that period of time, I've been very blessed with what I've been able to do and how I've been able to achieve it. But now they have all of this information of mine, and they can replicate it in a way that you won't be able to tell it's not me.
Yeah.
And I'll be there forever. Once they have the data inside that thing and it's locked in, it can do anything. They're going to set up like a TED Talk platform. And, you won't be, I swear, you will not be able to tell it's not me. Not be able to tell.
That's amazing. So they're going to have, you'll actually have an image of you
Yep,
talking
Yep.
on AI.
yep.
And you can't.
And my voice.
That's
It's scary. And it came about because they saw these musicians and these performers, and they took all these computer generated things. They were literally in studios. If you, one of their early people is the performing star Madison Beer, the woman who's top 10. And they put her in a studio for days and had everything attached to her to monitor all her movements so they could replicate them. And you saw it. It's absolutely unbelievable. But they now have that technology down. So instead of somebody spending 2 days in a studio, I can just give them an old video and they can make it happen. So instead of it costing $5 million, it now costs $50,000. And pretty soon it'll be like $5,000. That's what happens. Like your studio right now, pretty inexpensive, right? But if you saw my studio, I spent $400,000 to build my studio in 1998. I pissed away $250, but you didn't know which $250, so you had to like spend it all in order to. But I had TVs everywhere. It was pretty cool. But now the studio set up to do a podcast is $5,000 at the most. And for $5,000, it's like you got it. You have the best of the best. Literally. I was telling Monty, my first teleprompter was $12,500, and the software was $2,500. And we went to renew the software for another $2,500, and I said, "There's got to be something else." So I go to B&H in Manhattan, the photo place. $875 for the prompter, not $12,500, and the software was $9.95, and you can use it on an iPad. And it was better than the $2,500 software, and no renewal. So that's what happens. That's how technology evolves. And you're going to be at the forefront of AI because we're in the time right now. This is it. Our kids are going to go, "Wow, Dad, you were there when it started."
It is. It's changing the world. It's changing all the time.
Quickly.
My son's in
And it's in a headline every day. Is the world going to come to an end because of AI? Are the robots going to take over? Like, I'm glad that there's a bunch of scaredy cats and naysayers because that allows me a clear path to victory. Let everybody be chicken. "Well, I'm not going to do that because they're going to catch on fire. We're going to die." No, you're not going to catch on fire. Those people are idiots. I mean, they're total idiots. It's like the currency's going to collapse. The world's going to come to an end. We're going to have World War IX. I have no time for that.
Actually, what I think is going to happen
Yeah.
is I think once people realize how simple and easy it is,
Yeah.
I think they're going to jump right on it.
Oh, totally.
I think they're going to jump on it. I think it's going to be huge.
The sample that we're going to put together for my stuff, people are going to look at the sample and say 2 words. Holy shit. That's going to be their response. Even if they're from the Midwest, they're still going to swear. They're from like the Bible Belt. Everyone's in the Bible Belt. I mean, I got Bibles in my house, and I got a belt. But I think that this is something that's going to change the way you view what information you can get and what information you can give.
So that gets back to this. How are they going to police
They're not
the
going to.
validity
They're not
of
gonna.
the information? They have to an extent.
Well, just let me tell you this. I'm going to tell you, the woman I talked about, Madison Beer, they did an interview with Madison Beer interviewing herself. I've seen it. And you can't tell who's who. You cannot tell who is the real person and who is the avatar for an hour. Think about that. So there's going to be policing to a point, but at some point that's smarter than you are. And the question is it good or evil? I mean, it's not going to teach you how to rob a bank. You can go on YouTube right now and find out how to rob a bank or make a bomb. But what it's going to do is it'll exacerbate the learning curve of people to where they can absorb more more quickly. So that if my sales stuff, just as an example, sales guy sitting in an office lobby waiting room, waiting to go into the biggest sales call of his life, and he goes, Gitomer, what are the 3 questions I got to ask this guy when I start this meeting? And I pop up and I tell him exactly what to do, or I can give it to him on text. And he can do that anywhere in the world, any time of the day or night. Doesn't matter where it is. He can do it in China, he can do it in Denmark, he can do it in England, he can do it in Brazil, and get it in that language. Scary.
So
That's just blowing my mind.
I know.
mean,
It's just totally scary.
So when it gets that scary, you have a guy rob a bank,
Yeah.
and they're trying to find the guy who did it. He sends a video in showing somebody else do it.
Well, Paul,
talk about this.
I think you have to be realistic and say that's probably not going to happen every day.
No.
But could it happen? Sure, it can. Can somebody else take my image? Sure, they can. But I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. I'm going to go with what I think will bring me the
Positive out is
I have
much
to.
bigger than.
I have to.
And I think it is too.
I'll tell you this.
I agree.
My buddy Steve Rizzo, the comedian, who does talks on positive attitude, was out west last week. And he's talking to this audience of like 500 people. And he goes, you have to have a positive attitude. You have to have a yes attitude. And somebody from the audience yells out, Jeff Gitomer. And that's how you know you have a brand built. And so that person is going to buy my chat, or it's going to buy my artificial intelligence. It's going to be Gitomer AI, Gitomer.ai. And you'll subscribe to it for $20, $50 a month, and love it. But imagine from a monetary perspective, a sales force of 1,000 people, and the whole company buys the $20 a month. I'll take that. Because you give it to me 10 times and I'm doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. And that's a tiny little number. I mean, a tiny little, and I can get it in French, and I can get it in Portuguese, and I can get it in Russian, and I can get it in any language I want.
Yeah, that's interesting because.
That, by the way, that has already been built. That horse has already left the barn.
Right. Well, you were saying earlier, you know how you go into a meeting, you got a business meeting, all of a sudden you get thrown a curveball before you go into the meeting. You step out, you go to your
Exactly. I got to pee. I got to pee.
Yeah.
What do I do now, boss?
You know what? It actually, in a way, if you understand the technology, the first people are definitely going to benefit. But the people that understand the technology and learn the technology, it's going to be a fabulous tool.
That's why I'm all in from day one. I'm talking to the people that are making it happen, literally daily. And this ABBA thing, you need to fly to London and buy tickets for ABBA Voyage and just go. It's worth it for the overnight flight, whatever it costs, for a hotel around it, whatever it costs, just to witness what this is. It is next, and it's happening right now.
So you can fly to London now and see this in the theater,
Yeah.
downtown London.
Well, not downtown, but, you know,
The theater
yeah,
on the street,
yeah.
Well, there's a chance I might be going to London. So
Well, I
we'll
would.
have to talk about that.
I want to say it's at Pudding House Lane on one of their trains. But when you get out of the train, you walk across the street and you're there. Just be prepared to pay for the ticket and the $12 hot dog.
Oh, cool.
And there's no remorse. They love, and people are lined up to get them. And the shirts are being sold, and it's like, it's a happening. It's a 1975 happening in 2023.
Well, surely we'll see this maybe we'll see it in North Carolina.
Yeah, just go ABBA Voyage and just take a look at it yourself. They don't show much of the footage because they want you to see it yourself, but you see enough to where you go, oh shit, this is what's happening. This is cool. But sitting there, like I've been to 1,000 concerts, 1,000. Never saw anything like this.
So let's talk about, so you built this platform, so when will you go live? Have you set a date, or kind of tell us a little bit about that?
What's today's date?
Today is May 3rd.
Phew. By June the 1st, everything will be rolling.
So you'll have a big launch. How is that going to work?
I'm talent. I don't know.
That's yet to be determined.
No, what's going to happen is this. I will make an announcement on all my social platforms. I'll have a couple of webinars about what to do and how to do it. I'll announce it to my mailing list of 130,000 people, and we'll start doing revenue. I'm going to do a GoFundMe. You can buy an annual subscription or a lifetime subscription, and you'll get bonuses to go with that. There's all kinds of things that are going to be done.
Right, now, will you have
Yep.
training video?
Yeah,
on
you can,
business?
exactly, of course, they'll be okay. My courses are going to be in there. You want to know how to cold call? Just dial it up. Boom. I have no idea. You think you have no idea? I have no idea. We'll see what happens, and we'll see how it evolves. But I can tell you this, the guys that are making it happen want to make it happen for me. So we're not like, well, you have to pay for this, you have to pay for that. No, that they want to make it happen so that it can happen for tons of other people. There's a team of geniuses that are working on this. Literally a team of geniuses. I'm talent. Because I don't, how does it work? I have no idea. Like, how's your iPhone work? I have no idea. Is there like a little guy in there or something? What does he do? How does that alarm go off? There's like a little guy with a pencil in there, right? He's a midget. He's like a small person. That's how all the text comes out. I don't know. I just want to go, ooh. I have great friends that are magicians, master, world-class magicians. I said, I will stay your friend as long as you never tell me how the trick is done. I just want to go, ooh. I want to be in awe of this, because that's what this is going to be. It's going to be awe.
Well, you know what? Well, now, here coming tomorrow, May 4th, Jeffrey,
Yes.
you are joining Monty in a conference tomorrow.
We
which
are.
I'm excited about.
Me and Monty are going to be in a conference tomorrow, and you may even see a preview of my AI.
I am excited. I'm going to be there for your afternoon session.
We don't know exactly. It might be the day after, so tough luck. But well, the people in Iowa want to see it. I can't control that.
Well, let's talk about this, though. You guys are going to start out with, I believe, sales in the morning.
Yep.
And then you're going to talk about leadership. You're
Yep.
going to talk about AI.
Yep.
And I think what an appropriate time to.
Look how compelling that conversation that we just had was.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was like, I live it every day. I've been living it every day for the past 60 days. Because they had to do this and they had to do that, and then this happened, and then somehow Michael Jackson got a priority over me, bastard.
Can't believe that.
I know, me neither. But, right now they're at the highest level of their interaction. And they have, talent that's, if all those people were in a room, the biggest question they would ask, they look at me and go, who's this guy? And literally, that would be the question. And because they would all recognize each other. Think about that. And there's an opportunity now that's only going to exist now. This is you're in the primitive stages of AI. As sophisticated as you think it is, it's primitive.
I agree. I think in 2 to 3 years we'll see a whole different world because of it.
Totally.
It's going to be business is going to be done different.
Yep.
TV is going to be different.
Oh yeah.
And where are we going to evolve to? It's going to be really interesting time. I absolutely agree.
For the first time, the streamers have overtaken the cables. Mm-hmm. And that's the end of that program.
Yeah.
It's like Google comes out and the Yellow Pages, like fools, keep printing. That was arguably one of the dumbest moves in business. Bud Light will go down as dumber, but this is, but the Yellow Pages is top 5 of stupid things that happen in the world because they didn't keep up with the times. Like, has anyone been to yp.com ever? No. No one's ever going to go there. They lost that opportunity to be the leader. They lost that opportunity to be setting the standard because they kept milking their cash cow. Big mistake.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, I love your excitement. I love your energy around this, and
Oh, I'm on fire.
you've given some energy for me to continue to learn about this because I don't know near anything.
But you have content.
Yeah.
And when you have content, you will be in the mix to be able to let your customers find out who you really are, because you give them a couple of hours of time, maybe a day of time, but wouldn't you rather have offered them your wisdom?
Absolutely.
And it gets back to the same thing. You got a history, just like Jeffrey,
Yeah.
Monty. You've been around for 20-some years. You got.
Monty's been around longer than that. He hadn't had hair for 20 years.
Yeah. I actually knew him when he had hair. But hey, this is a great conversation. I'm excited tomorrow for this conference that Jeffrey and Monty's been working on to put on. It's in West Des Moines, Iowa. I am pumped, and I don't know, you want to tell us a little bit about that, Monty?
Yeah, it's going to be in West Des Moines, and we've got salespeople, we've got sales managers, sales leaders, and it's for people to come and learn and get to know. So get to know Jeffrey, get to know myself, and helping people think differently in today's world. And I think that's the exciting part, is we have to think differently. So I appreciate that, and it's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm taking a couple team members to the event. We're looking forward to being there and taking in all the knowledge, and we're excited.
Yeah.
And then we're ended up in this weekend. We're at Berkshire Hathaway meeting with Warren Buffett and Munger, and we're excited about that also.
Yep, we're going to do a couple podcasts.
You going to
while we're there.
Omaha to do that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
You,
cool.
you got to find your own way to the airport on Friday.
Yeah, no
'cause they're
problem.
going to
I'm
Omaha.
good. I'm totally good.
Found that out.
I will tell you that my plane takes off at it's 6:30 in the morning, so don't worry about it. I'll be there.
Well, I want to challenge our achiever out there to really take a look at AI and how your business needs to grow and change to take advantage of it.
Right.
Not just learning from it, but how do you monetize it?
And always remember, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, but we would like to get some feedback. Try out the AI, give us feedback. We got a guy here that's chin deep in it right now.
Hey, on top of it, yeah.
So we're fortunate to have Jeffrey here. He's actually
You're damn
applying-
fortunate. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, thanks. And he's actually applying it.
Right.
That, you know,
And he's humble.
Yeah.
he's helping
It's hard to be humble when
1% of the time. So.
yeah.
No, but that AI, I appreciate you coming on to our
Pleasure.
podcast.
Your pleasure.
Love your thoughts on the AI, and that's our future, no doubt about it. And I'm excited. And
I finally banged the table.
There you go. To our achievers, thank you for joining us today. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers.